All right, Savannah, it's good to see you again.
You as well.
I just wanted to know if you can let me know what brought you in here today.
I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind lately, and it's kind of been bothering me. As someone to help me out with it. Talk to me about it.
Okay.
So that issue, I don't know if really the issue, but just a pressing problem I've had. It's a lot of the pressures of people asking me about like a guy in my life. So they're like, oh, like you're doing this, like you're in college, you're getting older. Where's this guy? Where's the boyfriend at? And so just a lot of that pressure, and it's kind of hard to find one, especially like this generation of guys is the greatest. So I'm experiencing a lot of that. I went to like the dentist last week, and like two people, and they were like, "Steph, like any boys, like anyone, if you're interested." I'm like, no. Blah, blah, blah. So that's probably like a really pressing issue right now for me.
Okay, so you said this has only been happening since you've gotten back from your
coming home from school. Yeah.
Okay. And what year is this for you again?
I'm a rising sophomore.
Okay, a rising sophomore. Okay. Did you have a good first year?
I did. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. Yeah,
Okay.
I go to Baylor, which is in Waco, Texas. It was a huge adjustment at first, going so far away from home in Charlotte. But after like a month and a half, like I found my new group of friends and made Texas home for me. So.
Okay. And so you're saying these are people that you know?
Yeah, people I know, and then people who like literally like dentists. I mean, people who I know like at the dentist and like, or people who I haven't spoken to in a long time, or just people in general, like complete strangers too. Sometimes, like I don't know if like you experience it, like if you're out like with your probably not, but I mean like out with like my friends or something, and like we'll just be at like a restaurant, and then the waiter will ask, or like someone will ask in general. I'm just like, I have no idea who you are, like why is this coming up? Or like they think they're like giving advice, and then they're just like, well, do this, ladies, blah blah blah. Like I get that a lot, and I think it's just because of my age and like stage in my life that I'm in.
Okay.
And so it's just like, I don't know, I just feel like pressure from others that I should like have that right now. And I don't, it's like, I'm okay not having it, but it's just like, it's a lot going on. So I was wondering like, how can I, adjust to it, or like be okay with not having that right now.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say, I think, is that you're okay with not having a boyfriend or a special guy in your life or whatever, but you feel, on the other hand, other people are expecting that of you.
Right.
Okay, so why is that an issue for you? If it's okay for you that you don't have one, why is it a problem for other people? I mean,
that's the thing. That's I don't know.
That's not the question I wanted to ask. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask, like, what kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You feel the need to please these people or whatever, to have a boyfriend for them, but you're okay not having one. So why?
I guess I see what you mean. Like trying to please them, like give them the answer they're looking for. But I'm not really trying to give them that. I'm just like, why is that? Like it just like I'm fine, and then like they remind me constantly that it's like I am fine, but I'm just like, am I though? Like it just makes you think about, you know what I mean? Like it just makes you think about it, So
okay.
It's
and when
more
you
just
think
like
about
that.
it, what do you think about?
I don't know. I just think about like is not that time running out or anything like that. Like hourglass, not at all. But it's just like a lot of people around me are like starting to get in relationships and stuff, and I'm just like, wow, like should that start for me and stuff like that. And like people asking, kind of bringing that up over and over again. Like when I don't think about it for a long time, I see someone new or someone I've been seeing in a long time, especially coming back home for break.
Sure.
It's like, so like blah blah blah, and I don't know, it just like brings it back up, and I'm like, like is should I get on it? Ring by spring culture, all that.
Okay, I had never heard that before, but okay.
It's honestly, so it's just like this thing, like I think it's mainly just in like southern eastern schools for the most part, but it's just literally like ring by spring, like you get engaged by like spring semester. It's like this huge thing, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So, go back to you. Let's say you were looking for a guy or hoping to, to have a boyfriend. What kind of qualities do you think that you have that would make you a good girlfriend?
Ooh, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, I think that's like the point where I'm like, the fact that I don't know what I'm looking for, or don't know what I can offer, is like that I'm okay with being single right now.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I've been told that I'm fun to be around, and that I'm a breath of fresh air. I get that a lot.
Okay, well, those are good qualities.
Yeah, I guess things like, I don't even know, like, not that I don't know what a relationship is, but I don't even know, like, what I can contribute for myself to make a relationship.
Okay.
You know, positive and growing. And
okay. And so you said also that you're not
good
sure.
Good listener.
Okay. Oh, those are all good. So a good listener, your breath of fresh air.
Yeah, things like that. But yeah, I don't know, just like, again, back to this, like, I just don't know, like, everyone wants, like, not everyone, but, like, people are, like, saying that, and I was like, I don't even know, like, what I can bring to the table yet, I don't even know. So the fact that I don't know that yet, I'm just like, am I really?
Okay. So do most of your friends at school have, your girlfriends, do most of them have boyfriends, or maybe just a few, or
a few,
half,
not
half?
not half, like, less than half.
Okay.
But, so, like, close friends, but, like, people I know in general, it's a lot more than half.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you said earlier, though, that you're not even sure what you would look for if you were, let's say, in the market for a guy friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. So that's why I'm like back to square one, kind of, you know.
Okay.
But I guess like I'm asking like if you're in my position, like what would you like possibly do? You're like. When it was like way back when, like when you're my age.
I'm not that old. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good question, but at the same time, it's not really what I would do, because, as you said, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
You, so, totally different situation as far as on campus, things like that, and yeah. So it's hard for me, but I think for you, it might be good to. Just think through some of the things, as you said, like, you don't know what you could offer to a guy, nor what you're looking for in a guy. So perhaps it is good that you aren't dating, full time with a specific guy, because then it might not be a worthwhile relationship. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, maybe once you got into one, you could say, oh yes, he, you could say, okay, yes, I appreciate this quality, that quality, the other quality about him, but yeah, I don't know. I think perhaps something that we could explore more would be looking at your life in general, to see, okay, you're a rising sophomore, so you finished 1 year of undergraduate successfully, and you're about to go back in a couple of weeks or whatever. So have you thought about your life in general, as opposed, in the sense of long range goals, or where you'd like to be, let's say, at the end of your undergraduate career? Have you thought about, are you thinking about graduate school? Or after 4 years, and whatever your major is, will it be enough for you to get a job in your field? Do you think? I mean, given the current climate and the job outlook for what you're doing, would it be enough for you to get a job, or is graduate school almost a requirement? Things like that we could potentially look at to see, to think about a long range plan for you. Because maybe right now it's not important so much for you to be thinking about guys, as opposed to where do you want your life to go, and then if a guy fits into that, then that's good, and certainly helpful. But long range, where do you want to go? I mean, what do you want to do? What's your major?
I'm a journalism major, French minor.
Okay, journalism and French. And
I am considering graduate school.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do with that? Let's say, you're handed an opportunity for, I don't know, internship your junior year, or even after you graduate, close to the end of your 4 years, someone comes to you and says, Savannah, I just got this perfect opportunity. In your mind, what would be the perfect opportunity for your major, for what you'd like to do?
Yeah, sure. Sports media. So anything sports media based, whether it be working for a team, whether you're working for a website, or like an ESPN, Fox Sports, like a channel like that. Any capacity regarding that would be the dream job, the perfect job.
Okay.
What I'm aiming for, what I'm striving for.
Okay, so you said you're thinking about graduate school, and why is that?
I feel like it will just give me a more competitive edge, because like you said, like this, the current market, especially with globalization and with journalism too, like it can be online primarily, so anyone from anywhere can like really pour into them, and any applicants can come in, so I just want to present my best foot forward, obviously, and like show that I have experience, that I have 2 or more degrees in this field, just to show my experience, show that I can handle this, and hopefully land a job.
Okay. So what is the graduate school going to give you that undergrad hasn't? I mean, in the sense of you think it's going to give you more hands-on experience? Because that's
I think
what...
so.
Okay.
And just more like expanding what I know. So expanding on... So like the one I was thinking, I was Thanksgiving a while back, went to a friend's house, and someone who was there, like someone from church she knew, told me that I can do a 3-year program with a MBA, which would be in sports administration, and a JD. So like a 3-year program and a dual degree. And I didn't know that existed, and that was a possibility.
Okay.
I really looked into it. I really liked what I saw. And just from there on, like, I would have just so much more than just like, oh, I can write an article, I can edit this, I can do that. But like, I would know more about the legal side of sports media. I know more about, what goes on in like the front office of the team. So I can just be more marketable and like expand my skills so much more than just like, I'm a journalism news editorial major now, and just like, that's just me. I'm about to work for my school newspaper next year, so just like writing articles, editing, things like that. Which I mean, like, is key, is the core root of journalism, but I need to expand off of that in today's market if I want to be successful.
Okay, so you don't believe that, let's say you got a job right out of undergrad, doing sports journalism. Let's say ESPN knocks on your door and says, hey, Savannah, we've been following you, your articles in the school paper, and just, you had an internship at somewhere that worked well. So you would prefer still to go to graduate school as opposed to get some real hands-on experience in journalism? I mean, what I'm asking is, you prefer to just broaden your skills just because you think it'll give you a greater opportunity, or because that's what you really want to do? You're afraid that, are you afraid that, like, if you take the job at ESPN, let's say you offer a job at ESPN, so you're writing articles, or maybe you have your own show on there, on ESPN, but you're afraid that eventually you'll get to the point in that where you really can't go any further, and so that's where you think this degree is going to propel you or give you additional options, or just because someone presented it to you and you thought, oh, okay, why not? It doesn't sound like a bad idea. So, because I'm just thinking 3 years additional to the 4 you've had could be a lot.
Right.
I'm not trying to dissuade you, but I'm just saying, if you think that through, that's almost a whole nother undergraduate degree, time frame.
No, that's a really good point.
And so, do you want to put off, getting some real life experience, as it were, as opposed to getting some additional education? And there's pros for each.
For sure.
And cons, I suppose, for each as well. But I'm just throwing that out there as something to think about, since you haven't fully formed your ideas. But perhaps that's something to think about, to see. And you've got plenty of time, of course, because you're a rising sophomore, so you've got at least a year before you're starting to think of, internships and other opportunities that you could do. So, okay. So.
Just to answer your question, like I said, rising sophomore, it was just presented to me less than a year ago, so I've just been toying with the idea around. That would obviously be the best case scenario, but then also on the other hand, like you said, pros and cons for both. Like, I hear a lot of people say, like, don't let life get in the way of like pursuing, graduate school and try not to let life get in the way of, pursuing something else.
What do they mean by that?
Meaning that like, you'll take a semester off of school and then that semester off turns into like 5 years later.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
that could happen.
And
that's when you could meet a guy, So
right,
and then the whole thing's all better off.
Right. But yeah, so that's why I'm just like, okay, let me just like knock it out now. But then like in reality, like after these 4 years, I could be exhausted from school, don't want to look at a test, or look at Spanish on, So yeah, I don't know. Again, just back to like, time and just weighing my pros and cons and like finding the right program. And maybe I know a lot of people, or not a lot, but a few, that like their company paid for their school, so that'd be like even better. That'd be the best case scenario too. Maybe like a night school type thing, or
but you gotta think about that. Because you're working full time and then you gotta do school.
I'm kind of doing
and
that
if you have a relationship too, that's 3 different buckets that you'll have to juggle. So
and I'm kind of doing that now. I'm taking 2 online classes. And I'm working 2 jobs, and it's like a lot. And it's only gonna be on a bigger scale with like graduate and like an actual job too. So.
Right. Yes, because if you're in a job, I mean, I don't know much about journalism, but just from the caricatures I've seen in some movies and all, that could be kind of almost a 24-hour job. Where
news never sleeps.
Right, news never sleeps. But also, just like you're writing your article and then you get in it back with some edits or whatever, and then you have to. So that while you're doing graduate school, that's intense. I mean, because the MBA is not.
Oh yeah, there's law school.
Yeah. So, so it's just something to give some thought to as you're thinking through the full scope of possibilities, I guess, for you.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I guess in the end, what I'm hearing you say is that you haven't really any firm plans. You are thinking through just something that someone said to you that you could possibly do this MBA and the JD combined, which might give you more opportunities on kind of an administrative side of the sports journalism. The moment you're not in a relationship, you're not looking for one. You don't even know kind of what you would want in a guy or what you might be able to offer to someone. And you seem content with life as it is. You're working now full-time, 2 part-time jobs, but full-time, and then still doing some classes. So you're advancing yourself, using your time during your summer break off from school. Okay, so it just seems to me that, I think that's great. What you said to me sounds good. Like that you are a person that seems to have your head on your shoulders properly. You're not just splitting here, there, and everywhere. You're looking at things to see what might be a good option for you or good options for you. You have some things lined up already for your fall semester as far as internship. Well, not internship, but working in your school newspaper to get some more skills for your sports journalism and just in writing in general, which is good. So that's great. Okay. That sounds good to me. I think it seems to me like you're headed in a good direction. Although there's some pressures from the outside, other people, you're not letting those bog you down so much to where you're worrying about them constantly or feeling like you have to do what other people say. So you seem to be secure in yourself, which is good. I think that will, certainly be a good quality to continue in the future because there'll be other pressures that other people will try to throw on you, as you get older. So that's good. All right. Anything else you would like to discuss today?
No, about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's think about.
Or I guess, like if I'm having like a weekday, like what would you suggest? Like maybe like I can do, where it's just like, oh my gosh, like the world, or like when like Valentine's Day is coming up or something.
Oh,
like,
you mean a weekday as far as when
people not Monday through Wednesday, like week, like a week.
Okay. And so you want some advice as far as,
I guess like a tactic or something I can use
to do what?
Like
to kind of deflect people, or what are you saying?
Not deflect, but just like reassure myself that like it's okay. like when I see someone, not from my past, but like if I see someone and they're like, oh my gosh, hi Sam, blah, 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 like how's college, how's school, any boys? And it's just like, no, like, and then I'm just like, oh, like, no, they're not. Like,
okay. So, when you say no, there are none, does that make you feel bad to say no, there are none?
Well, on the off chance that it does.
Oh, okay.
I'd say like 90% of the time I'm cool, but then like those 10% days, like,
okay,
it's just like, oh, I don't.
Okay, so so the 90% of the time that you're feeling fine about it, or even content, because before you seem to be, quite okay with it. What are you feeling?
The 90 or the 10?
The 90.
Oh,
and what are you thinking? What thoughts come to your head when you're feeling at the 90%, and people come and ask you this question, and you say, nope, there isn't anyone. What do you? I mean,
I just think about like how busy I am and how like much other stuff I'm involved in, and how like I cannot throw a whole other person into that like I'd have to give time and energy into.
Okay. So maybe you could use that then. I mean, somebody says to you, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Well, I'm not actually dating at the moment because my life is really busy. I've got, I'm thinking of my future as a whole, and I'm busy enough without adding someone else to it because I don't know that I have the time to really devote to another person. I don't want to mess over somebody or something like that, because you're okay. And I think, there will be people who will wonder, well, still, she could add somebody to that. So, who cares,
Right.
But on the one hand, you don't answer to them. So, it doesn't really matter sometimes what they think. But even if it does matter to you, I think it's thinking in your mind, reminding yourself of your plan or your goals. Although you might not have like a 10-year plan that says, I'm definitely going to go get the MBA JD thing or whatever, but you're still exploring. But your goals are that you want to work in your field, and that's going to take some effort to do that. It's not just that it's going to come up. The ESPN job might come. Let's hope it does. Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's hope it does come up. But if it doesn't, and you have to start at a local newspaper, writing for the high school sports.
Right.
More likely. Okay, well, we can speak life. But, even if you have to do that, or even if that's, what's offered to you to get your foot in the door, then it's staying focused on what do you want what's your end goal? Your end goal is after 4 years of school. Yeah, I want to work in sports journalism. That's what I started out with. I love sports or whatever. Obviously you must like them some. So, I love sports and this is what I want to do. So I want to remain focused on that. Now, if somebody comes alongside, and they can keep the rhythm that you've got going, then fine, but at the same time, you have to really just continue to say to yourself, and maybe just when you wake up in the morning, say, I am the best sports journalist in the world, just, kind of an affirmation to yourself. Yes, okay, maybe not right now, you're not, but if you keep saying to yourself, then you'll look for ways to improve your skills. Even if you don't have an official job, there are other ways that perhaps you can improve your skills in sports journalism. And if you keep telling yourself that, then you will, it's like subconsciously you'll stand up taller, you're straighter because you're thinking, I'm going somewhere with this. It's not just, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I guess if that works out, I'm going to do it. But, you really have a plan in your mind. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to be. And so, and people are drawn to that sort of thing, usually, they can see and say, oh, this girl looks like she's going somewhere. She has something, she's focused and she has some plans, And not all plans work out.
Right.
But yeah. So, so I guess maybe the 10% of the time, what do you think you could say to yourself? Or, even before you say something back to the person, if they seem like
right.
What could you say to yourself?
Say like, high five to myself, pep talk.
Just like in your mind, like just like maybe 2 or 3 words, or maybe like a sentence or something like that.
I guess just like you're good, by yourself, and like you're enough. I guess it's like say things like that, like you're enough as is. you've been by yourself for 18 years. You can do it a little bit more.
Okay. Be more positive thinking. Okay.
But yeah, I guess like little things like that for sure. Like I can think about and then out loud, be like whatever. So
okay. But what will you say? Let's say okay. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm one of your friends and I haven't seen you in a minute. So hey, Savannah, is that you? Look at you. Oh, it's good to see you again. How's college going?
It's good. I love it.
Yeah. So it's not too hot down there in Texas for you?
Oh, girl, no, it is hot. We get used to it.
Okay. So, I mean, you're enjoying what you're studying. What was your major again?
Journalism.
Okay, journalism.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying that?
I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Have you been able to do anything with that, or is it just kind of coursework now?
No, yeah. Like from the jump, I've been able to do stuff. I work with the online magazine.
Oh, God.
Student
Okay.
run, and then next year, like I'm about to be a sophomore. I'm gonna start with the school newspaper. So I'm super excited. Yeah, getting the show on the road.
Okay, good. And what about,
I know.
guy friends? I mean, what's going on at that front?
Moment.
No?
I've just been like super busy doing stuff, so I just
Too busy for a guy?
Not too busy for a guy, but just.
I mean, there aren't any other journalism majors you've seen that you thought, oh, he's looking okay.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, okay.
But I just I'm okay with like myself now, and like I actually want to focus on me and just furthering my career and everything, and just build a strong foundation. And then like when I feel like I'm ready, throw in a guy.
Okay. All right. Well, that works for you. Okay. Well, it's good seeing you anyway.
You too.
Okay. All right. So I thought you did a pretty good job with that, And I think it maybe if you kind of practice that, and and just kind of say it in a flat-footed way, like, yes, this is me, and and I'm good with me. So yeah. Okay. All right then. Great. Well, I think it's good. So why don't we, for the next time, think about why don't you do a little bit more research as to other things that you could do? I mean, besides the MBA, JD, track, what other opportunities could there be if you didn't go directly into a job? So for the next time that you come back, why don't you look into that and we can discuss that a little bit further, okay? So we can, kind of start to flesh out maybe more, some definite plans for you as you move forward. Because, I mean, if you have some definite plans, then there might be other things that come in, opportunities that you might have if you know for sure, okay, this is the route that I'm going, so. Okay, great. Good to see you again.
You too.
All right, I'll see you maybe in a week or two.
Sounds good.
All right, then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.